gonna happen like that, cause there ain't no holla back girl, ain't no holla back girl, few times. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Bro hugs for everyone. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Now, before anyone, if we have a couple of people that believe Earth 2 is a scam, and everyone says like, oh, if they show their referral code, there's a scam artist. Well, there's my referral code, but guaranteed I'm not a scam artist. Wishing a very fond greetings to my veteran brethren as well, as it is Memorial Day. We'll have a beer for those guys later. But for right now, what I want to talk to everyone about today is why I believe that the Earth 2 hit pieces have been good for the hobby. We've had maybe like a half a dozen people that have been notable, you know, that have had from 1,000 subscribers to a couple 100,000 subscribers say that Earth 2 is a scam, it is not good, the developers are scam artists, and then you see the situation kind of devolve after a couple of, after all this hype. One, Shane, the main developer, has tweeted, hey guys, thanks for the 20% increase in sales, because as you get more people talking about it, you say like, okay, well, any relatively intelligent person will say like, okay, well, this person is talking about this game and why they think it is a scam. But if you're going to talk with, let's just say Big Fry, who, again, just happens to be the person that comes to mind right now, says like, well, what's the point of the game? What's the point of this game? And calling it a scam, but not really talking about any specific points, just kind of a blanket statement that it's a scam, and just that he doesn't understand what the game is. Well, okay, if you have, Earth 2 Odyssey. There's been. I'll get to the comments in a minute, but basically people have been saying, yeah, Earth 2 Odyssey lost $50,000 in that scam. Like, what? No, like, stop lying. But so people saying that other people have been losing so much money in the game. Like, you have like classic investing. It says, okay, well, even if you bought, let's say something like Bitcoin, with Earth 2 does not have a crypto yet, but let's say something like Bitcoin, and you buy it at $60,000 and it goes down to 30,000. You didn't lose half of what your investment unless you lock in those losses and you sell. So nobody really loses anything unless they sell their tiles for less than what they paid for them. That being said, a bunch of these people, like I said, the relatively intelligent ones that are watching, that have a couple 100,000 subscribers, I was like, okay, well, this person is saying it's a scam, but they're not saying why it's a scam, and they're also letting people know their IQ, or maybe that's their character, maybe that's just the character that they're playing, saying like, well, I don't see the point of this game. I don't see like what the point of it is. Okay, well, that's just letting people know that you're just not intelligent enough to get what they're trying to put out. But that being said, is that, okay, well, somebody else that is watching that, so, well, I can figure out what it is. It's okay, well, if it's just finance, not even talking about a game, but if it's just financial, you buy low and you sell high. So that's what it is. You buy tiles, regardless of whether they represented something or not. You buy low, you sell high. And that's essentially what, again, I'm not picking on Big Fry. It's just one of the most recent ones, or one of the only ones that I saw, them saying that he doesn't get it. Why would you buy something just to sell it? Okay, like, what is it with collectibles? What is it with stock market? So a lot of these relatively intelligent people are going to come and research Earth 2 on their own, and they're going to find that a lot of what these people are saying are, one, out of date, because they're using, I think, Matt Lorian's video on how to withdraw, from like January. They're using old, like I said, old Trustpilot reviews, these reviews saying like, okay, it's a cool concept, but I can't withdraw. Which, again, these problems arise from hyper growth because so many people are interested. And then you see people like, okay, you see the argument devolve, saying like all these developers are scam artists, to saying like, okay, well, how, like, when you prove that, okay, these developers actually have worked on different products in the past, especially Dylan Seo, who's like one of the biggest names in virtual reality, with co-founder of Oculus Rift, then the argument devolves in saying, okay, well, how do you know this is really them? How do you know that's really them? They're not just using their photos. They're not just using their names. Like, one, that defamation lawsuit would be so swift and so quick and so easy. It would just be done inside of like 2 weeks. But then you say like, okay, well, they've been on live streams before. They've had YouTube videos. We talk to them in Discord all the time. So the arguments, they devolve pretty quickly, and then a bunch of people have been saying, okay, well, why, we should have more people than, Guidebook Gaming, Real Randy Chavez, make content on it. Well, you don't really need to. Like, have people do their own research, and then, again, I don't like to, people ask me, like, well, why don't you delete these comments that are so, like, bashing towards Earth 2? Like, Well, again, more of the veteran, I don't like to suppress freedom of speech. I think the best way to sway people that are on the fence, that say are believing in a scam. Like, if you want to believe it's a scam, it's fine. Believe it's a scam. Like, it's not. But one of the ways to sway them, if you want to, is to not censor other people's arguments, no matter how asinine they are. It's to counter those arguments with better arguments, saying why it's not a scam. Like, okay, this is exactly, again, proof one way or the other. I don't think you can you could just, okay, try to be realistic about it. Why would Dylan CEO, again, some of that is very well, and a lot of these people that have worked on other things in the past that are successful in their own right, why would they put their names towards something that could defame them forever? Like, why be part of that? So, again, we've had a lot of different things, but again, I welcome the views. Like, the last video I did, like on Friday or Saturday, saying just Earth 2 updates, reading Nathaniel's updates on Discord, it was not like my highest video ever, but got like 1,200 views in a matter of a couple of days. I was like, oh, usually maybe they get 1,200 views over the course of a couple of weeks, but now it's like, okay, yeah, that's that's pretty cool. I'll take it. Again, I'll be doing more videos as time goes on, but let me get to the comments real quick. Quad Shoto is first. Mr. C says, why is Earth 2 good for the environment? I don't know if any gaming is actually good for the environment, unless you're like Mr. Beast saying like, complete this and I'll plant a tree or whatever. But I would like to believe, because again, a lot of game developers would be trying to do something, if it is on the blockchain, if they are using a crypto that can be mined or minted with pretty much zero carbon footprint. But again, I don't know what they're going to use as a I don't know what they're going to use as a crypto. But just again, to be clear, as far as my first 6-minute monologue was, if all of these people with several 100,000 subscribers are making hit pieces on Earth 2, a consequence of that is you're going to have the intelligent people that follow them. So like, oh, what is this? Let me do my own independent research, because it's never a good idea to just blindly listen to someone and accept it as fact. You want to trust if they're a trusted source, but then verify that information for yourself. And a lot of these people are saying like, oh, these guys, most likely, they're just making hit pieces on Earth 2 because, one, everybody's doing it, and two, because that's the name of their business, is to make hit pieces and call everything a scam, whether they're a scam or not. Again, capitalism, to their credit, okay, if that's how you make a living, cool. But again, just here to defend. And a lot of those people that are coming and looking at Earth 2 for themselves are finding like, oh, this is a legitimate project. And maybe they're not as speculative as I am, saying that this is going to be one of the forefronts of this multi-trillion-dollar industry. But at least they're going to be saying, oh, this could be something that's good. Definitely not a scam. Again, the biggest risk is that when the gameplay comes out, that it's just boring and people don't want to play it. But again, just based on phase 1, where the game is very addicting and very exciting, and I'm checking the website multiple times a day, that kind of makes me believe that phase 2 and phase 3 is going to get even more addicting as time goes on. Binary third. Phil Dixon says, new videos about E2 make me really think it is a scam. Look at the homepage with the hunt is over since April. Like the hunt, like the Earth 2 Easter egg hunt? Is that what you're referring to? Well, let me know exactly what you're referring to. I don't know why. Again, if your conviction in a project is swayed by people making videos about facts that are 5 months old, your conviction probably wasn't that strong in this project to begin with, or the project is just not good. But again, to me, someone that has invested over 5 figures into this, it's going to be a lot more. Again, I'm not on E2 Odyssey's level. I'm not on Aria Realty's or Guidebook Gaming's, Nameless and King Tech Ops. I'm not on their level just yet, but because I had a bunch of stuff to do during that time. But hopefully at some point I will be. Junior Sanchez, what's up, Randy? What's up, Junior Sanchez? Earth2 says, crazy times, Randy. Last 20 comments on my vid are calling me an idiot. Oh my God. Honestly, I'm loving these people that are coming commenting, because all I'm doing is when they comment, this is a scam, like, can you tell me why it's a scam? I drag it out and rephrase the question as many times as possible just to get more comments on my YouTube channel. Because again, that's good for the YouTube algorithm. So comment down below, like, subscribe if you haven't. Everything is welcome. So yeah, that's pretty much why I like it. I welcome all of it, because again, that's another reason why I don't delete comments, because it's good for the YouTube algorithm. Hey, Six Packalypse, what's up? The only time I'll ever actually delete a comment is if it's one of those like v.x, like, and it links to like a a prawn website or something like that. Something that's just one of those. Or if it's something that's saying, use my referral code and get 10% off. Those things, just anything that's just that's just unfactual, and have people, that'll give people a bad taste in their mouths. Hey, what's up, Basilio? Nicole Smith, hi, how's it going? Zio says, everything in this world is a scam. Our job is to learn how to play the scam instead of letting the scam play you, i.e. paper currency and crypto. A lot of things that, again, that can start out as good ideas can turn very bad very quickly. Again, like on paper, socialism is a good idea. Oh, people that have a lot, you share with the people that don't have a lot. And it sounds great, but then, into practice, it's just, okay, everyone's lazy and you just, they pretend to pay us, so we pretend to work, and it just devolves into something that, communists, is responsible for like 100 million deaths because of the starvation that occurs from it. So, yeah. Dr. Professor Kaminsky, howdy, howdy, howdy. He says, my E2 properties went up by a lot. Heck yeah, buddy. We're getting there. Zio says, buying brand names is a scam, so don't buy it. Sell it instead. I don't really buy brand names. Again, if you want the real Randy Chavez merch, there are 2 links to my merch stores down below. Buy those instead. Connor says, hello, Randy. Howdy, howdy. Zio said, love is a scam. When you stop giving, the other person will stop giving as well. Most of the times, I think you're right. Every once in a while, you have the other person that's just so enthralled with the person, they'll do anything. But yeah, agreed. Love is a drug. I don't know if it's a scam. Definitely a drug. Makes you do things you wouldn't normally do. Bear114, howdy, howdy, says, hey, Randy, hey, Dashy. Sully St. Bernard says, hi. Oh my God, Sully St. Bernard. He's in the mood to make some Saint Danes. Whatever. Dashy doesn't have a partner right now, but maybe in the future. Final Shot says, who do you think Omi will team up with when it comes to VR worlds? I've heard they looked at Decentraland, but sounds like they are more open about starting the VVverse on their own. Probably a good idea to keep it vertically integrated and to do it on their own. But that being said, when they do partner up with places, again, it would be kind of not boring, but just might get a little old if the only place you could open up your NFTs are in the VVverse. Regardless of how big it is, you want to see them interacting with other things. So they will probably go to Decentraland. They'll probably go to Earth 2, My Neighbor Alice, any place that has those, where you can show off those NFTs and you could do stuff with them. And pretty much anything that's on that engine that they're on is probably what they might, when I say partner up with, they might have agreements, not that they're partnering with them and they're sharing profits, but they might have agreements to, switch back and forth each one's NFTs. But again, to keep it vertically integrated by themselves, yes, I agree with them doing it on their own to start. Zalo says, don't give to begin with and let them give you. Yeah, if you want to play that game, yeah, totally. Nicole Smith says, do you still believe in Omi? It seems to go down every week. I love that it goes down every week. I now have over 7 million Omi, and by Thursday, I should have over 8 million Omi. I'm trying to sell this Trophy Kangaskhan card as fast as I can, so I can put 100 grand into Omi, because I want as much Omi as possible, because that, again, it's a very disruptive industry. It is a innovative industry in a innovative company in a disruptive industry. It's by far taking the world by storm, slowly but surely. And I see a bunch of people saying, like, we need to get on more exchanges now. You don't want too much growth too quickly. You want it the way it's doing. You want drops each week. You want a new exchange every couple of months, and you want announcing, every now and then. I think at San Diego Comic-Con, which is just going to be virtual, but they're going to be there, that's going to be one of the places where we see another big bump. That in conjunction with maybe October being on a bigger exchange, that would be something, again, because October is when you have that Bitcoin ETF that's going to be approved, I believe, not 100% sure, but I'm 100% sure, but it's not 100% fact yet. Because again, when that happens, Bitcoin goes through the roof, all the other altcoins will go through the roof as well. So that's when I believe you're going to see the most growth, in my opinion. Omi is a fetus, right? Yeah, Omi is just, it's like in the womb still. So again, baby Pokemon. This says it will grow into behemoth. Agreed. Dr. Professor Kopinski says, the real Randy Chavez started to buy new stuff for my store 2 weeks ago. It will be booming once I upload everything. It's a good feeling to come back in fashion. Agree 100% there. I'm also probably going to be able to take these, what do you call it? The first like 6-8 minutes of this video, I might just make an actual video out of it, just because a bunch of people, even though I keep telling them, hey, just watch my first, 6, 8, 10 minutes or whatever, and that's my normal content. Like, yeah, it was 2 hours. I don't want to watch it because I do streams for so long. Again, this Memorial Day stream, so I don't know how long I'll be streaming. Depends how long you guys are here for. You guys might be doing stuff. Bear says, do you think I can breed dragons as well as Saint? Probably Saint Danes. Yeah, I mean, in the game or in real life? I mean, bearded dragons. Probably in the game. That might take a while. That might take like a couple of years, but probably. Eugenio Tondo says, this week there is a Bitcoin conference in Miami. It will be the biggest Bitcoin event. Yes, actually, Ron Paul is going to that as well. I don't know. I think Michael Saylor is going to be there. Yeah, that's another thing that people have been sleeping on. The fact that the Bitcoin event. Now, most people that are going to be paying attention to that are probably just big institutions and people that are already into crypto. I don't think that you're going to see other people that are not into Bitcoin suddenly into Bitcoin because of that conference. Most people that are looking at that conference are people like myself, are us, retail investors that are just looking to see like, all right, what comes next? Yeah, I could definitely picture Ron Paul having a bunch of Bitcoin in there. It's like, heck the government, heck them all. Lynn X says, how was your weekend? It was pretty good. Girlfriend took me to the Poconos. So one of my last videos, I think when I'm talking about Omi, was in a cabin, and everyone's like, where are you? Blink if you're being held against your will. And I was like, what? No, she has a house up there. So it's just a house in the middle of the woods, which I'm not gonna lie. Danielle, if you're watching this, I love you. I'll always love you. But the first time I went up there, I'm thinking like, okay, my friend Paul goes up there and his son goes up there. And when they go up there, they talk about skiing. They talk about all things that like a lot of white people do and not a lot. Like I've never heard in my entire life a minority saying, yeah, I'm going to the Poconos this weekend. Like that's just always when people have said that, they happen to be white. So me thinking like, okay, might be a little out of place there. First time I went there, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. Like, are they gonna be racist up there? And no, they're all great. Thank you guys for 10 likes. That means the world to me. And but yeah, so we went this weekend, and I don't know what I did to my shoulder, but I tried to go to the gym before, and I couldn't do any chest. The only chest I could do really was flies, and then pull-ups. So I was did chest and back. I wasn't even gonna do arms today. Shoulders, I don't even think I can do tomorrow. I'll just run. Maybe I'll try to hit the bag because I'm not actively pushing, getting any weight. I'm just, like throwing punches. But yeah, weekend was pretty good. It was great. Girlfriend takes me everywhere. Love her for that. E2 needs dragons. Yeah, that'd be great. And I could only imagine how many Games of Thrones fans will go in there, start breeding dragons, and instantly name their avatars Daenerys, or instantly say like, I am the mother of dragons, after breeding like 10 dragons. And it's like, okay, all right. So it'd probably be smart for Earth 2 to do that. I don't think it would be fair to have dragons as like a PvP game pet, someone that would be able to go in with you into the warring world. Because if we take Pokemon, for instance, dragons are one of the strongest creatures there. I mean, if they were to say like, okay, just take an animal in there, like an actual, like an owl or a hawk or a raven or a dog or something. Yeah, something that could help a little bit, sure. But dragons are so OP. Only things that can take them down are ice, other dragons, and more recently, fairy. So, yeah. Albino Geiner says, do you think for being self-sufficient in matter of resources in Earth 2, we will need to have tiles of every resource? Or will we be self-sufficient just through the essence if we have a lot of tiles? I mean, if you have 1,000 tiles and they're just wood, I'm pretty sure you could trade for other things like gold and ore and all that, fresh water. But it depends what you mean by self-sufficient. Like, it also depends how big your dreams are. You could have 10,000 tiles, but if you want to build like a giant race car track, or if you want to build a giant like maze or the world's biggest whatever, that might not be enough. You might have to you might have to, try to trade some of your excess whatever. Again, depends on your dreams, depends on what you want to build. Also, you could have, 10 resources, 10 wood, and 10 tiles and be fine. Build on one of them. Use the essence and everything to trade. So that's something that I think you'd be able to, again, depending on your dream size. Ideally, you'd want to have a little bit of everything, and especially because we don't know the rarity of these. I would like to think that fresh water is going to be the most abundant because water is, again, one of the most abundant sources on Earth. It takes up most of the Earth actually. Most of the Earth is actually water. So if you want to say, hey, maybe I don't need as many tiles in the Indian Ocean or like the Baltic Sea, wherever, and you want to get tiles, let's say, in the Amazon rainforest or somewhere where there's a lot of wood, sure. Gold, I don't know exactly where you'd get that outside of a gold mine. Maybe Fort Knox. That'd be great if you just got a huge bonus for getting Fort Knox. But a lot of fresh water. Actually, most of the fresh water is actually located in Antarctica. If we're doing like a 1-to-1 basis, Earth 2 from Earth 1, yeah, most of it's in Antarctica. So us people in Chaveztopia, link down below, we're going to be sitting pretty, at least as far as that goes. They haven't made anything from diamonds yet or anything. But yeah, we're going to be sitting pretty. Bill Ska says, have you heard of Numerai? It's a crypto-powered hedge fund. I have not. Send me a link somewhere or let me know down below exactly I'll look up Numerai at some point. So it says, Poconos is filled with New York transplants. It's the Florida of the North. Yeah, pretty much. I'd say filled with New York transplants. Basically what he means is that every person from New York goes there. I see as much New York license plates up there as I do actual Pennsylvania license plates. A lot of people, because it's very cheap up there. Like that house that she has, I'm pretty sure is like $150,000. It is nothing. And a lot of people that are from, let's say, like Ohio or Nebraska or Arkansas, $150,000 is a nice house. Okay, well, coming from New York, where the house that I'm in, even though I'm in like a small subsection of it, is like $500,000 house, and that's like relatively average. It's not even on the water. On the water, add another 100,000 to it easily, minimum, not including the taxes. So when you say house on $150,000, me on Long Island, it's like, oh, and this is just Long Island. I'm not even talking about like Manhattan, New York City. Like a house in Brooklyn is easily $1.5 million. Like this is why I don't want to live here. It's like it's just too much money. It's like I'm wasting money by paying $1,400-$1,500 a month for this place that's essentially one room. I'm much better going off and paying $1,400 a month for 2 rooms. This way, I have an actual room. I have a business center. Like, maybe I can share it with someone. But again, Danielle wants a house, so got to do what the girlfriend says. Venice Dennis. Hey, Venice, how's it going? Bear114 says, I don't want to breed them for fighting. I'm Claire, the dragon trainer. Oh my god, from Pokemon, yes. So you're going to need 2 Dragonairs. You need a Kingdra. You're going to need a... What else does she have? I know she has 2 Dragonairs and a Kingdra. I'm not sure what else she has. I'm kind of tripping. Yeah, let me know. Comment down below. Freedom Mercury says, hello, Randy. Nice to see you. Hi, chat. What's up, Freedom Mercury? How's everything going? Thank you for commenting on every single one of my live streams. Venice Dennis says, thanks for serving our country. Have a blessed day, Randy. Oh, thank you, Venice Dennis. That does mean a lot. This is a... what do you call it? Yeah, so every once in a while, I will go away for the weekend. Now, unfortunately, it is happening 2 weeks in a row. So my last stream or video will probably be on Wednesday because I am leaving to see another friend that actually I'd served with, him and his wife, I'm just very good friends with. So we're going to hang out. Thank you guys for 15 likes. That means the world. And we're going to do, yeah, from Thursday to Sunday. So I'll be back streaming again next Monday. But again, I'll be here from Monday through Wednesday, trying to, do as much content as possible for you. Zale says, 150,000 gets you a studio in the crap part of the Bronx. Yeah, I wouldn't. Again, I hate the city. I hate Brooklyn. I hate, like, it's so crowded, so many people, so many tickets. The parking laws are ridiculous. It is stupid. I don't know why anyone does that. It is ridiculous. Long Island is much more suburban. It's a lot more easier. Now, is it like a little bit like, if you're from the city and you come out here, it'd be like, oh, this is hell. This is, because it's not, not as much action, not as much, cool people. We're all a little more nerdy over here, a little bit softer, depending on the area, because there's some areas where it's a lot more dangerous than, like the city. Yeah, there's like if you go to like Wyandanch or South part of, like where I used to be in Huntington was really not good. It was not good at all. But a lot of gentrification happened, while I was there, and it was like, oh, all right, got a lot safer as time went on. So yeah. Lynn X says, 150,000 is a brand new modern house in Lithuania. We got to move to Lithuania. Oh my God. Freedom Mercury says, I try, Randy, watch all of them, but most of the time you stream in a bad time for me. I'm from Europe. Yeah, and that's why I got to stream twice a day. I like to piggyback off of Guidebook Gaming. Guidebook Gaming streams they picked a very good time to stream. From 9 to about 10:15 after they do their raid, because a lot of Europe is still up, a little bit, and they're getting a lot of the people in the West Coast as well, and definitely in Hawaii. But a good amount of Europe is still up. But when I stream after them from 10:15 to like 12, I actually have a couple people in Europe that wake up to me streaming, like, oh, this is a good day. This is a good day. And then I'll do it in the morning, 10:15 in the morning for the people that are in Europe as well. Maybe they're just getting off work or whatever. Yeah, Guidebook Gaming definitely has. Maybe at some point it might be better to just do one big stream at maybe I don't know, 7. If I do like 7 to 9, 7 to 8:30, then you guys get a break before Guidebook Gaming. I don't know. I'm playing with the idea. I like the 2 streams now though, for right now. And Zilla says, "What are the women like there, Lynn X?" They are pretty beautiful, apparently, according to Lynn X. Oh my god. Depends. Oh man, you guys are crazy. I can't even say that. So, moving on. In case you are just joining, what I had said was a lot of the reason why this Earth 2 FUD has been spreading is actually good is because a lot of people, they go and they say, okay, well, these people are calling it a scam, but because I'm an intelligent person wanting to do my own research, I'm going to do my own research, and they find that the game developers that are here, they're actual game developers. They're not just random scam auditors. They're people that are successful in their own right. Again, the biggest name being Dylan CEO, but outside of him, you have people that like Nathaniel have been part of Drone, Shane XYZ, just a bunch of different successes. I don't know if XYZ is actually a success, but just a bunch of different people successful in their field, not wanting to attach their name to something that would be a scam, because then they wouldn't be able to work ever again. So when they go and they say, oh, okay, well, there's actual people attached to this, there's actual people putting big boy money in. I'm not talking about people putting in a couple $100s, even a couple $1,000s. Even people like me that are putting in 5 figures. I'm talking people are putting like mid-level, like 50, like E2 Odyssey putting in 50K. People like Predict putting in 6 figures. Guidebook Gaming and Tech Ops putting in so much money as well to have a couple 100,000 tiles. Same as Aria Realty, same thing. Has like over 100,000 tiles. Has over $500,000 in net worth in the game. Got in very, very early. Very jealous of him. Oh, Lynn X, you just realized it's summer there already. Well, it turns summer here next month. June 21st is summertime, and I'm hoping my shoulder can like reconnect itself so that this way I can work out. I can look good by the end of summer and have a decent, my body, have a decent body by the end of it. But if it continues to stay this way, I will not, and I will look like poop. Anyway, guys, I hope this has been a good time for you. I guess I got X-rated for Mr. Meow. Bear says, I'm gym leader of Blackthorn Gym. Dragonair, Gyarados, Kingdra, Charizard. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so I knew Claire. Does she have a Charizard in Gen 2, or is that like the remake of Gen 2? Because Claire in Gen 2, I'm trying to think, I know has at least 2 Dragonair, has a Kingdra. I guess she has Gyarados, but I didn't know I thought the Charizard, again, if that's in Gen 1, or I'm sorry, Gen 2, awesome, but if it's in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I know she probably definitely has that Charizard, but congrats on doing that, Bear. You are, you're my bae for being able to know as much or more about Pokemon than I do. Speaking of which, I just had another Pokemon video come out this morning. I have to do another one again. The sales data is insane with Pokemon right now. So much is being bought. Zio says, Randy, for the next Comic-Con, you should dress like Schnarf. I'm thinking of Pinky and the Brain, where he says, Pooey. Oh, he says Narf. The Snarf Cat? Oh, maybe. He's the one from Thundercats? I mean, if I get shorter and I get fatter, yeah, I could probably do that. But anyway, guys, that is it for me right meow. Earth Guru, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, it is Snarf from Thundercats. Hey, Earth Guru, how's it going? Thank you so much for the excitement in your voice. Oh, I'll do one more Patreon member shout out. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam. Oh God, I forgot the rest of the lyrics. Come senators and congressmen, please heed the call. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. My brain is not on good terms right now. Lack of sleep. All good here. Thank you. How are you? I'm doing very, very well. Earth Gura, I was just explaining to everyone why it's a good idea, or it's a good thing why you have a lot of these hit pieces on Earth 2, because a bunch of other people will come and look and say, oh, all right, everything that they told me was a lie, and everything that is here that I'm learning from myself looks like a good project. It was very reputable. The only risk involved is that if when the game is completed, it's a flop and nobody likes it. Like that is literally the only risk. You could make the argument that maybe someone could hack your account, which again, if that happens, the Earth 2 dev team will correct that. But there's, in my opinion, zero risk about them trying to run and take your money. Again, the people that are looking to, a lot of the people that are saying this is a scam, they maybe have a couple $100s to put into it. Like, they're not going to do this to scam Mr. Joe Schmo over there who's going to put in $300. No, if there was a giant scam like it would be like on people putting in like hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. Hit brackets are good, but some of the negative, like why E2 is a scam, and some, yeah, which again, I've welcomed the different people that are looking at, I've welcomed the people that are coming and viewing my stuff and commenting on my videos, because that's just spillover in the highest sense, in the best sense. That's just people like Shane even saying like, thanks for the 20% increase in sales. Zero says, I think in the end it will be up to the pioneers to bring people on board with our venues and advertisements. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't even have a lot of tiles. I have maybe 20-ish thousand tiles. I'm just one of the most prevalent content creators because I stream twice a day and make other content with it. But as far as actual pioneers, I would say people like Nameless and Tech Ops with Guidebook Gaming, because not only do they stream every day, giving away free tiles, link down below, but also because they just have a fantastic amount of money put in. They have a fantastic following. We kind of share a little bit of the same following, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, you got Earth 2 Odyssey, you got Bowl Combo, you got Earth 2 Meta, you got a bunch of people also that are in it that just make very good points, make actual very good videos. They don't just like sit in front of a camera, like they edit things, like Ari Realty's master at editing. Jump clips, very good. Have a fab week, Randy. Buzzing. You've read my text. Take care. Bye bye, Bear 114. Earth Gora says, do you think E2 will change to crypto, like balance in game is crypto? Yeah. I think they'll do that at some point, probably pretty soon. If I had to bet on it, again, if I was a betting man, which I am from time to time, I would bet that they announce crypto pretty soon. But just because they announce a crypto soon doesn't mean that they will go and say that it's going to come next week. If they announce it, it still could be a couple of months away. But again, Earth 2, Phase 2 will most likely be before the end of the year. Bachilio says, right now we have nothing to show the impatient and instant gratification crowd. Shooncoin. Right now, yeah, I mean, we could just make the argument that the progress of from when we started in November and December to now has been great. Okay, well, now we have actual resources that we know which ones they're going to be. We know we're going to have Essence. We know that they had a 7-figure deal come out. Shane has met with a couple of billionaires. Shane is, again, a lot of these things, you know, separately, okay, yeah, maybe not as impressive, but altogether, I like to think of the comings of a very good game. Like I said, I'm here because I'm a gamer. I'm here because the money that I want, that I'll get to it. Yeah, that's gaming is why I came into it, and the money that most likely will be able to make, and me because I'm one of the hardest working people I know, is why I actually left my in real life Earth 1 businesses, like both of them, because of the money that I can make here. So shouldn't advertise to anyone that isn't already on E2 out of their own free will. I mean, you could. I still would, just because I think that people need this. I think it's great for people to wonder and imagine. So to have them, if they don't have that in their life, and say like, oh, this is actually a really great community. Like, there's actually people that are planning different things, and they want to do giveaways, and they want to create jobs. And I think to get people in on that, to show them that not everyone in this world is crappy and has such a really negative view on life, where they literally make a living out of calling everything scams, whether they're a scam or not. So that's something I don't. Again, the best way to counteract a bad argument is with a good argument, not silence them. So I think if anyone wants to come in, welcome with open arms. I'm happy to grow the hobby. That's what I want to do. Freddie Mercury says, meow meow. Omi is my homie. 100% Omi. Sorry, this has only been like a relatively Earth 2 video, but again, for Omi and Vivu Collectibles, like I said, I have 7 million. I'm gonna get another million by the end of this week, and yeah, I'm very excited. I'm trying to sell this card as quick as I can so I can get even more. I Simplify says, I got Shun as a name, and that's the best long-term hold I think I'll ever get. That is fantastic. That is, I clap it up for I Simplify. Matt G says, yes, Randy, yes. Lucky you, Simplify. Final Shot says, do you think Omi can hit $50 in 3 years max? Well, anything's possible. I don't think that it'll hit 50 cents in 3 years. If we do, let's say it's 20 cents at the end of 2022, and it grows by 50% each year, it'll be 30 cents by the end of 2023. So that'd be about 2.5 years. By the end of 2024, probably 45 cents. So even though it's possible to get to 50 cents by mid in 3 years, I don't think so. I don't think it'll hit 50 cents until sometime in 2024, when it'll hit around 70. By the end of 2024, I'm picturing about 66 cents, and then or 67 cents, and then by 68 cents. I'm sorry. By the end of that next year, it might be $1. So yeah, again, if it grows by 50 cents starting from the end of 2022, where I think it's going to be 20 cents. Again, just my opinion. But also, like I said, if you haven't seen my latest video on Omi, definitely go check that out. I do change my price prediction for the end of this year, at least part of my price prediction. Yeah. Or not. Phil Dixon says, what do you think about the tiles in Dubai that are 85% off? Well, I think that's good it's a buyer's market right now. We see this in stocks. We see this in crypto. We see this in Pokemon, where it goes in cycles, where at some points the demand is really high. At some points the demand isn't as high, and you have a lot of people selling, trying to liquidate. That's when it's a buyer's market. Like, if people say Pokemon's a scam, Pokemon is, it's the end of Pokemon, prices were here, now they're here. No, that's just a dip. That's just the natural life cycle of a market. So right now we're in a buyer's market. And if people want to buy, that's great. If they want to buy in Dubai specifically, that is fantastic for them. They're getting those tiles for 85% off of a new tile price, which is incredible. But for me, that's still not, I don't want to call myself cheap, although I probably am cheap, even though I like to say I'm frugal. I'm going to say I'm cheap. I would much rather, because I don't really care about Dubai tiles. I only care about the tiles that I own. And what I want to do is specifically Chaveztopia, is I want to buy cheap tiles as cheap as possible. So I would go to places like, I have it written down actually, like Tonga, Libya, Honduras, or St. Vincent, and find people that are looking to sell 50-60% off, so I can get tiles that are 37 cents. Getting tiles at 37 cents is very, very good. It's very, very cheap. You might as well be getting, a new country would have had to open like an hour beforehand. Now you're getting tiles for 37 cents. Like that's exactly what you're getting. Now granted, they're class 2 tiles, but most of the times what you're getting, which again I think is great. And I'm going to take those resources and those essence and bring them over to Chaveztopia. Chavez. All roads lead to Chaveztopia. Ben X says, what are your hobbies? I don't like working out. That was boxing. I saw Cruella this weekend as well. That was such a fantastic movie. And like the first half of the movie, I'm like, all right, it's okay. And I thought it was good. I love Emma Stone. And for the first half of the movie, I thought, like, I see what they're doing. I think I actually could have written this better, though. I think I actually, like, Disney, they did a thing where they take something and they put effort into it. They really did. They put a lot of effort into it, actually. And then But then they had a twist, and I was like, oh, I did not see that coming. And I was like, this is perfect. Like this, it was so good. Now, did they have the actual like things that Disney does? Like, yeah, they had throwbacks and nods to the original in '65, and they had throwbacks and nods to 101 Dalmatians. Yeah, they had throwbacks and nods to a lot of different things, and it was great. I loved it all. Some of it was over the top, but some of it was in the best way. And what I mean by that is when I said I like things like that, I used to write. Like I think a very good writer. And I would say that in the next 3 years, you'll see in animation or comic books coming from like I can't draw, but I can write. I just need a team of animators, and I need that's pretty much it. I just need a team of animators and then voice acting. I can do a couple of voices for, but for the most part, I need girls too. I have a big project. It's very, very funny. It's very hysterical. So I like to write. Yeah, I like to run, I like to work out, I like to read, I like to watch YouTube videos, build businesses. Like those are my hobbies. Dubai tile. Why Dubai tile so cheap? Because people that bought them at 10, 20 cents, and now they're, let's say they're $10. I don't know what they are now, but let's say they're $10. Sell them 80% off. You get them at $1.50. They bought it at 10, 20, even 50 cents. They're tripling their money. So they very, very much incentivized to sell 85% off because they're still tripling their money. So yeah. Antoine says, "Wow, so long until phase 2. What you said, I will be until summer. Well, okay, I don't have a problem with waiting. Yeah. Again, we don't. I don't know. Like I said, I think it'll probably be before the end of the year. Shane said most definitely before the end of the year. They actually said the first half of the year is when phase 2 will happen. Technically, they're still not wrong. Now they got another month left. But again, I don't want them to rush it. Yeah, if it's by summer, end of summer, October, I don't care. As long as it happens at some point. I like Guidebook Gaming or Two. We just want timelines. We just want updated like even. But I understand the developers when they don't give timelines because they don't want to say, yeah, it'll be ready by July, and then something happens. They have to do an overhaul. They're like, it's going to be delayed to September, but and then people are like, they cry foul. So I understand why the developers aren't doing that. Dagora says, I'm head out now, so take care, y'all. Bye, Earthgora. Lynn X says, what do you think about long hours studying / working? I found a YouTuber which is a student and does almost every day 12-hour stream where he's literally just sitting and studying. Well, it depends what you're studying on. I mean, this is also why I don't think that you need to go to a great school to learn. You could go to a community college and sit in the library for 4 years and just study and be smarter than someone that goes to Yale or Harvard and they just, they study a little bit as much as they need to pass. Again, it depends. If you have a person of equal intelligence, one that goes to Harvard, one that goes to a state college, and one of them just kind of, they're both intelligent, so they, the one at Harvard does well, without too much studying, but the other person is from sun up to sundown studying. The person that's doing that much more work is going to have that much more in with them. Like a buddy of mine, a friend Dennis, who's a veterinarian, he would literally spend from sun up to sundown studying, from like 9 in the morning to 9 at night studying, because going to be a veterinarian, you have to know a lot of different things. I mean, if again, anything that you want to do, like most of what I do, and sometimes my girlfriend gets hot at me for this because I'm on my phone a lot, but a lot of it is studying the market. A lot of it is studying what's going on with Tesla, what's going on with crypto, what's going on with OMI, and all these things. Like I'm consuming other people's content, trying to do research. I'm watching videos of the CEOs. I'm watching videos of other people, why they're doing what they're doing. So yeah, if you're doing that, if you're sitting there studying, one, it's very, very hard to do that, and I commend him for doing that. But I am very biased when I say, yeah, I was working 16 plus hours a day when I was working 2 businesses. And it's better to find out when you're young what your limits are, because if you don't find out what your limits are when you're young, and you have to find out what they are when you're older, that is a very nasty surprise, because one, you don't know where they are, you don't know where that threshold is or how long you can do it for, and you don't want to have to do it and then have to do it for the first time. You want to do it when you're young, know exactly where that line is, and then say, okay, well, now at least I know where I can operate uncomfortably, but still be able to do it. Thank you guys for 20 likes. That means the world. Super God YouTube channel. Randy, oh, what's up? Nisa Games, what's going on? It says, you don't need school, you just need to read. Knowledge is the key. Read, don't be read to. And he goes, oh, and meow, brother, defend the walls. Yeah, well, in that a retort to Nisa Games, my friend Rich, who's also a veterinarian, he's a different case, though, because he's got one of those memories where he said, it's like, yeah, if somebody is reading something to me and I write that down, I remember it forever. And I was like, get the fudge out of here. Like, that's a superpower. Like, I don't care what you say, that's a superpower. And I'm so envious of you. Yeah. Oh, John Dory, hello. Lynn X says, I think I would still choose to study in university or college just to get that experience, enjoy the youth. Yeah, I'm a little upset I never got to go to college. Also, when I was that age, I did not care about studying. I did not care about doing well in school. I just wanted to party. I just wanted to have a good time. Well, I didn't even want to party. I just wanted to do my own thing. The partying didn't come later until I was in the military. But again, I didn't go to school. When I did go to community college after the military, it was for one semester. I'm not partying with 19-year-olds at that point. It's just not going to happen. But that being said, like, I would have zero issue with any one of my classmates going out for a drink, which you can't do that legally in the U.S., because they're 18, 19 years old. But go out to Europe and you can drink at like 14, 16. Yeah, totally. If you're 17, if you watch me and next time in Europe, you want to go out for a drink, let me know. Yeah, we'll go have a couple beers. I don't want to actually like actively party and be doing like shots after shots after shots and playing like that. That gets a little much when you're older. It gets a little hard to wake up the next morning. But yeah, if anyone wants to go out and drink, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I definitely enjoy the youth. John Doris says, have you seen the After Earth beta updates? I haven't. I haven't talked to Ari Realty in like a week because I was away. I was in a place where there was no internet. That's why I was not doing videos really. But the After Earth updates, supposedly they're going to have a phase 2 soon. Supposedly they're going to have something else soon. I don't know though. I haven't been paying attention. Freedy Mercury says, I have to run away because it's already midnight. Have a nice day. Good night, Freedy Mercury. Goodbye. Bye-bye, Dashin. Lynn X says, well, you got a life experience from the military, but if I would go right into life, I wouldn't know a lot of stuff, which I would learn in college, university. School definitely helps you learn with how to deal with difficult people. And with college, you're not just going to school in the same town you grew up in. You're getting to make connections from people that are not from where you're from. And that's something that's very good. That's something that teaches you broaden your horizons a little bit. And again, if you're an employer and you see somebody did well in school, that's letting them know that you can study, you can take in material, and you can take in information and regurgitate it and know what you're doing. Same thing when they view someone from the military. It's like, okay, well, you can take in information and you can follow orders, and I had people that I worked with in my business that I was in that I shared office space with people that would constantly complain about, like, it's too hot in here, it's too cold, music's too loud. Like, dear God, if you were in the military, you get the crap beaten out of you every single day because you just complain so much. So definitely as an employer, they definitely want to see, if they see you went to college, yes, you're educated, you can take in information, you're intelligent. And if they see military, they say, okay, you can follow orders, and you're most likely not going to complain because your life was probably pretty crap before you joined, or before you came here to my office. Lynette says, not necessarily learn that from school, but more of a free time that is you get as a student. You'll be living with different people, learn how to share. So yeah, absolutely. You're definitely going to be able to, you learn how to deal with different walks of life. Like there's a couple people that I served with that it was their first time seeing minorities. Like, and it's like, wow, like, okay, like how sheltered were you? Well, and yeah. So, and I'm sure in college, you see that as well. It's probably some people's first experience living with someone maybe that's that's Jewish or Hispanic, or definitely living with someone in that, and seeing how other people's home norms differ from yours. Or like, oh, some people take off their shoes, some people don't. Some people, like to sit in their underwear. Some people don't. They like to be fully clothed all the time. Yeah. Visionary Patton says, I honestly have fun in the comment section of the naysayers. I also try, the only thing I really like to do as far as the comments go, on other people, of the naysayers, I just like to say, hey, I think some of the information is outdated, or I know some of the information is outdated. I would love to answer some of your questions in real time. Come live with me on YouTube, come live with me anywhere else. I'll answer you in a public forum with some up-to-date information. And I really don't like to go into the naysayers pages and try to promote it by commenting, but that's the only thing I'll say. But yeah, if naysayers come onto my YouTube channel, let them. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. All right, guys, that is it for I'm going to have to bounce. I am very tired. I have to go to bed and nurse my shoulder. I did not no, I slept for a lot on Saturday. Saturday or Sunday? The days are all molding into one. When it's you and me, we don't need no one to tell us who to be. We'll keep turning up the radio. What if you and I just put up a middle finger to the sky? Let them know that we're still rockin'. Well, goodbye, guys. Lynn X, Nisa Games. Everyone say bye-bye, Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you all. New videos to come soon. I love you. All right. Goodbye, guys. Meow, meow. And again, Memorial Day to my fellow veterans. I love you all. Goodbye. Meow, meow. Merch store down below. Meow.